Now, I would like to invite Professor N Murthy Sir, Director ISER Thiruvananthapuram, to address the gathering.
Respected Sahasrabuddheji, distinguished Dr. Somnath, dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students. I think, I was just sitting there when Dr. Nair was called on to speak. He was saying that, I have problem. So if I am to speak after 3 or 4, inspiring speakers, I think you can imagine, I think my problem is much more, Dr. Nair, right? I think, our country, right appropriately, has been celebrating for the past 1 year. I think we're, as Sahasrabuddheji said, by August 15th, we'll be completing 75 years. We have been celebrating under the name of Azadi ki Amrit Mahotsav. In that context, I think it has been, in my perspective, it was a wonderful idea of Vijnana Bharati to sort of collate the, the histories of the great contributors, scientists who were part of the struggle for our independence. As he mentioned, there was the first of this celebration of P.C. Ray in Delhi University, and the second happens to be today. And we have heard quite a bit from Dr. Somnath about Vikram Sarabhai, the father of the space program. If I am to reflect the nation building, in fact, Dr. Somnath was really inspiring. In fact, I was getting inspired myself, Dr. Somnath, going by your words. I think the younger generation should be much more inspired. I think he went on to say, what is it that our country did not have? I think it looks like, if you introspect, we had everything. People from outside, as he said, came to our country, analyzed our strengths, and basically sort of using science as a tool, as Sahasrabuddhe said, they ruled us. I think we were basically sort of going through the battles. In the process, we lost the sense of what we are. And if you look at the first institution, I think, IACS that Sahasrabuddheji talked about, produced such, stalwarts in the name of J.C. Bose, his own student S.N. Bose, and of course, subsequently, K.S. Krishnan, Sir C.V. Raman, of course, K.S. Krishnan was his student who went on to get the Nobel Prize, the only Nobel Prize that we have in science so far. And subsequently, Meghnad Saha, and a flurry of scientists that went on to really earn the reputation on the world stage. And come to post-independence, we have the stalwarts like the Vikram Sarabhai, being called today the father of the space program. And we also have Homi Bhabha being called the father of nuclear program. Likewise, we have had subsequently, and if you look at, and he talked about it, Dr. Somnath talked about it, the population that time when we got independence was only 35 crores, and today we are looking at 135 crores. Have we become weaker? We have not become weaker, by his own words. And that time we had famine, and we had basically the green revolution to equip ourselves, and today we are surplus. We are not deterred by the threat of the Ukraine crisis, as the other world is looking at, and we have surplus of basically food. And we were supplying to the world until recently. Of course, now we have, there is a stop on that. In other words, we have grown in stature. We have really advanced, and we have equipped ourselves. The question that we should pose is that enough? And what is the purpose that today that we are celebrating this 75 years of India's independence? I think if we objectively analyze, it is to pause ourselves, relish the freedom that we have had, reflect on our achievements, and strategize where we would like to be in the next 25 years. And that is the purpose, right? I just would like to bring to the knowledge of the younger generation, and of course, the well-informed intellectuals here. Today, we are alarmed about our rupee having slided against the dollar to about 80 rupees. What actually is it? Because of, we are importing pretty much everything, right? I think Dr. Somnath, I think he had pretty much everything that I wanted to say, and he has covered everything. So I have to refer for everything that I want to say to him. And I think I must say you hijacked whatever that I wanted to say, Dr. Somnath, right? He said, what is it that you want to be in 25 years from now? You want to become powerful and go and attack the enemy's adjacent? No, that's not what we want to be. And he left you with the answer. We want to be really powerful. We want to be really endowed. We want to be self-contained. We want to be self-reliant in terms of technical resources. Can we be self-reliant? Can we stop importing? Can we really become powerful from that point of view? I think these are the challenges that we are faced with. The day we become self-reliant, I think our currency will get stronger. We will not be importing anymore. Rather, we'll become supply-based and we will become powerful. We are powerful, as he mentioned again, in terms of the software, right? In terms of the pharma sector, it is true. I'm a practicing chemist. I can tell you what he said is absolutely right. The generic drugs that you talk about world over, the India continues to be the major supplier. But can we only be giants in, software? Can we only be giants in pharma industry? Can we not have some innovation index? In terms of the innovation index, India is really, really, really poor, and which is where the challenge lies ahead for you, right? And we had a Nobel Prize in 1930 to Sir C.V. Raman, and 2030 is not far away. Have we had such seminal contributions be it in science and technology? Forget about it. I'm sorry to say this. I think we have a long way to, equip ourselves in terms of the technological developments. I think Dr. Somnath emphasized on that. Can we become really technically empowered? And which is where the Make in India by the Prime Minister is a big movement. And the challenges are plenty. And it's very appropriate that the Vijnana Bharati has launched to inspire ourselves looking at the father figures that made seminal contributions to where we are, and strategize ourselves and carve a navigate a path for ourselves to sort of see where we would like to be in 25 years from now. I think that is the occasion for today, and I'm sure I think more burden is on the younger generation sitting there. As I said, in 25 years from now, we'll not be speaking, and you will be here, and I'm very sure. But our younger generation, as I said, 40%. I think Dr. Nair mentioned about it, is between age group of 13 to 35. That is really the strength of India. And if you are looking at basically the innovation, and which is where we have to trigger this innovation across the country to empower ourselves. And I'm really optimistic, and I look forward to that. In that note, I really would like to appreciate the contributions of Vibha. And thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir.